Owen and Sarah bounced in their seats as the boat they were sailing in zipped across the waters. They were up for an epic vacation, the kind that was usually booked up years in advance. They would never have had the funds or the connections to book a vacation like this, but Owen had won it in a raffle whose profits were going to charity. Imagine his surprise, as he crunched on some chips at the event, when his name was called as the winner of an all-expense-paid vacation to the Nautical Hotel. The people in the room all turned to him and clapped, and he quickly swallowed the last of his snack and ran up to the stage to grab his prize. Owen had his photo taken with the sponsors of the event, and then he ran home with the vacation voucher before anyone could take it from him. He had never heard of the Nautical Hotel. It was one of those things that was so out of his wealth class that he would never even consider looking it up, like searching realtor sites for houses worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Owen and his wife Sarah packed their bags, and 30 days later found themselves on a boat, sailing through the ocean at breakneck speeds as they made their way toward the hotel. They had left shore about an hour before and hadn't seen any other boats for a while. They were beginning to think this was all a ruse to murder them and dump their bodies somewhere where nobody could see, when they looked up and saw a dock in the middle of the ocean. A series of small huts were attached to the dock, where they assumed they would be staying. Their boat stopped at the dock and tied off, and a man in an all-white suit helped them out. The couple looked around, taking in the view. For miles there were nothing but waves, though if they squinted they could see the shore in the distance. "It really is quite beautiful out here," Sarah said. "And silent, too. I could use the peace and quiet away from the kids." "Which one of these is our hut?" Owen asked the man who was leading them across the boardwalk. The man turned around to face them, a confused look on his face. "These huts are not for guests. They are for employees, supplies, and the gift shop," the man said. "Then, where are we staying?" Owen asked, suddenly wishing he had looked into this hotel a bit more. "Come with me," the man said with a smile. He led them over to the other side of the boardwalk, where a small submarine was located. "Right this way." The man descended a ladder down to the water, where he took one giant step and landed on top of the vehicle. He then looked up at the couple as if to say, "Your turn." "I am not getting into that," Sarah said, looking back at the boat that had brought them here, but it was already sailing back to the shore. "It's very safe, I promise," the man said. "Come on, babe, how often do we get a chance to go in a submarine?" Owen asked. "What's the worst that can happen?" Sarah eventually gave in, and a few moments later they were all standing on top of the submarine. The man spun a hatch on top and it lifted up, revealing the entrance to the vehicle. They went inside and took their place in two of the seats that lined both sides of the bean-shaped submersible.